And hello and welcome everyone to the Comic Multiverse, where the worlds of nerd meet. Matt, we're back again after a week away. I saw Supergirl the week we were away, and honestly, I am glad that we took a week. We do this sometimes
Yes.
with movies, and sometimes it's like we probably could do it Saturday night if I was willing to rush back home from the movies that I always like seeing, late. For whatever reason, less crowds to fight. But man, this is one of those weeks where I'm like, I'm glad we waited a minute because so much more stuff has come out about the movie since then. And I've had more time to arrange my thoughts. And you even told me there that, yeah, that was the whole reason you haven't actually done your solo review yet. And I'm like, oh shit, yeah, he didn't do that. Normally he's right on that shit.
Yeah, no, I had one ready to go, and I had a busy week anyway. But I had one ready to go, but I thought I'm just gonna leave it just because me and Joel are gonna talk about it. And I'll get eyes on that for our thoughts instead.
Absolutely. Plenty of news broke that week as well, which I know some people were conspiratorially thinking like, oh, did DC and Warner Brothers drop all this news to try and distract from a rather unhealthy box office? Now, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but they did drop a lot of stuff, particularly in the realm of animation. There was a shitload of animated news.
Yes, because Annecy was going on at the moment, the big animation festival thing, which is when it was going to happen. And they'd announced all this stuff like there was going to be a big panel and everything beforehand and everything. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, more of a coincidence than anything. Unless James Gunn and Peter Safran purposely set up the Amnesty Film Festival many years ago to try and correspond with
preemptively set it up.
We're through the looking glass here, people. The reverse vampires and the saucer men. Working in conjunction to destroy the meal of dinner. That is still, all these years later, one of my favorite Simpsons quotes for how ridiculous conspiracies get and conspiratorial thinking. But how was your week, Matt? I was telling everyone in the chat before we started, mostly this week I have been sweating because it has been high 30s here in Canada all goddamn week. And just sweating.
Yeah, well, it's been the opposite here. It's been very cold lately, which I usually don't mind, but it's been a little bit cold here. But my week was quite busy because on Wednesday, me and my partner had our first rental inspection. We've been in this place for 4 months, and they got to come in. I don't know whether America or Canada do that sort of stuff.
We do.
Yeah, okay. Because I figured it was one of those things, especially with America. It's one of those things just like, I don't know, that seems like it's logical, and America wouldn't do something logical, at least not at the moment.
Now in fairness, I haven't rented in a very long time. Is the thing. I've always had some sort of mortgage agreement, but yeah, rental inspections. It makes sense. How did it go? Oh
yeah, it went well, but it was our first one, so we're kind of running around, making sure everything was fine, and we keep our tidy house and everything. But it's still that thing where it's hey, is everything okay? Are they gonna find something?
Yeah, it's like that feeling before a test and everything.
Yeah.
Oh, I studied really hard, but am I a good test taker? I don't know. Yeah, I absolutely know that feeling. I had a hot water heater change not too long ago, and the exact same feeling. Which, again, maybe I shouldn't reveal this publicly online and everything, but that hot water heater, I got it a couple months ago now, and they didn't charge me to put it in. I thought they would. They're like, no, you're good. I'm like, oh, okay. And then they're like, I'm like, well, how do I pay for this moving forward? They're like, oh, no, we'll send you a bill. It's been several months, and they have sent me no bill.
Shh.
Yeah. And I'm at a point here. Where I'm like, oh shit, do I call them and tell them that, or do I just let this ride until I move, until my lease is up?
And then take the hot water heater with you. Pry it out of the wall.
I truly thought about that, and then I thought even deeper on, I'm like, I never started paying for this hot water heater when I moved in originally. Who the fuck is being charged for my water heater since I've been here? It's one of those things you don't think of. I'm like, no, hot water is just here, man.
Yeah.
I am assuming whoever lived here before me is the one who had the account and is the one that they have still been charging all this time. And that guy was fucking ancient, so he can't still be alive. Also, he smoked in here, and this wasn't supposed to be a smoking building, so every time I have a shower, yellow shit comes out of the walls. So that's why I'm in no particular rush for any of those things. That's why I'm like, you know what? I earned this. This is my little gift to me. Yeah, as the chat says, hot water flows eternally. The hot water must flow. And I love a hot shower. I'm sure it's terrible for my skin, but every time I have a shower, I'm like, nah, turn that shit all the way up. I want to burn. I want to scald, motherfucker. I want to be, pink if I don't burn off a layer of my skin. Am I really clean? Am I really? This is why I'm a pain in the ass to live with, and every partner I've ever had, same deal. It's like, Jesus Christ, Joel, you're going to destroy the wallpaper. That thing, nah, I'm good. She can't take no more, Captain. Yes, she can. I'm going to push it as far as it can go. Even in the summer sometime where it's like, don't you want to have a cold shower? It's the middle of summer. No.
Fuck that. No hot showers in the middle of summer. No.
Yeah. No, it's more like I just don't have it as hot as I can. Like, okay, I'm just going to put it up to the middle now. I'm not going to turn it down all the friggin' way. Well, like I said, it's been high 30s and humid all week here in Canada, so probably when I'm done here, I'm going to need another one. But yeah, that's what I've been up to, mostly sweating. We want to hop into the news then, Matt? Anything else going on? I feel like I tried to get as much of everything as I could. If I missed something, please in the chat, let me know, and we'll try and work it into conversation properly.
Yeah, we got some good stuff this week.
We do. Like I said, there was a shit ton of animated news and updates about a bunch of projects that Warner Brothers has working on. We got a big, kind of surprising update on Dynamic Duo, that Robin Red Hood Nightwing movie they're doing. And I don't know how I feel about some of the things we heard about it. So apparently both Dick and Jason are going to be street kids in this, and that they knew each other before meeting Batman, and we will see Jason become a leader of the Red Hood gang. But this is canon, right? They said this was going to be canon, or is that not the case anymore?
See, I don't think it will be. I think it'll be sort of like how My Adventures with Superman is now under the DC Studios logo, where it's like oh, it's a current like animation thing, so it just falls, and like DC Studios is doing it, so it just kind of falls under that.
It also helps that My Adventures with Superman, especially this season, dovetails so beautifully with everything the new DCU was doing anyway. Hey, morally questionable Krypton, we got that. A focus on Supergirl, we got that. Putting villains in all over the place from other pantheons of characters, we got that too.
Got all that, yeah.
We got all of that. In fact, hey, a big question that they asked in My Adventures with Superman in the second episode, it was basically the backbone of that Supergirl movie, and that is Cat Grant saying, hey, do we really need two of you? What do you do that's different than Superman?
Yeah. And they gave a pretty damn good answer, I feel.
In both, actually.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know what? Yeah, that actually tracks. I can't believe that this came together at the same time. Also, they keep threatening that Clark is going to get a dog in the show. They keep threatening that he's finally going to get a Krypto.
Yeah, they did. They teased Krypto's name in the last episode, yeah.
And he almost adopted a dog. That was a brilliant joke where he saves like a dog adoption thing on a yacht, and they're like, well, would you like to adopt a dog, Mr. Superman? Well, I would. What do I have to do? Well, you got to fill out all this government paperwork.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that.
Give us your government name, yeah.
Not happening. Because let's face it, Superman is not legal on any paper anywhere. He has been working illegally as a refugee for the longest time. Let us not pull the Band-Aid off that. God, that's got to be a fun one too. We haven't really seen Ma and Pa Kent this season. I want him to go back to Smallville and be like, Ma, Pa, do I have a birth certificate? No. No, you've kind of been getting paid under the table for everything ever. Thankfully, we're in a small town and we're just able to do that. Thank God Smallville is still a good old boy town where we can get away with this shit.
Yeah. We just wipe it under the rug. It's AI. It's just Facebook AI.
It's fine. But yeah, Dynamic Duo sounds interesting. Again, it's nice to kind of be like, hey, here's a new Batman project that's not really focusing on Batman. That's nice.
Yeah, he's just like a background character in this. Apparently people saw like images of him and he looks similar to Absolute Batman in like he's like a big Frank Miller-esque Batman.
I forget the anime and manga that this kind of reminds me of, but it's very similar where it's like, oh, we were brothers and street kids and we took two very different paths in lives, and it's like, oh, I will take control of the underworld and you will, be promoted and take control of like the world of politics and big business, and we'll meet again in our adulthood, and that's how we'll change the world. And I'm like, oh, that's kind of the vibe I'm getting from this, actually.
Yeah, no, it sounds cool. I remember, I think we saw something from this film, or like it was like tests, like a while back. Like I vaguely remember seeing something, and I'm like, oh, this looks like really fun, and like what you said, yeah, it's like the two brother different paths sort of thing, yeah. Yeah,
feels very similar to that, but yeah, could be good. And yeah, I mean, people love Jason, they love Dick, so yeah, why not give them their moment in the sun?
Yeah, give them the Dick, yeah.
Yeah, gotta give him the Dick and the Red Hood, which could also kind of be a dick joke when you think about it. To which I'm sure Jason would be like, it's not red, it's a light shade of pink. I took those pills, so it's fine now. The rash went down. Is that why they don't want to give him the helmet back, Matt? Is that why they don't want to give him a red helmet? Too many helmet head jokes?
Yeah, probably.
I mean, it's clearly not a problem for people like Captain America. Have you seen that new skin for Marvel Rivals they released?
With a massive bulge, yeah.
Amazing. Just Steve Rogers hanging full dong for the world to see. And all I could think was like, yes, so the super soldier serum is indeed stored in the balls. That's where it all went, huh? No, I actually like to think of it the other way, where it's like, no, Steve Rogers was always like a 90-pound sickly kid with asthma in 1940s New York who was just packing a sick fucking hog that he knew nothing of how to do with it. Unfortunately, the porn industry won't be invented for, a couple more decades, so I can't make any money off this, damn it. That's the totally opposite side. That's an Elseworlds I want to see. Captain America gets thawed in like the 80s at the height of the porn boom. He's like, why do I even bother being a superhero?
That's like a dark Ultimate Universe-esque type story.
Right. Yeah, that's like some Boogie Nights shit where Steve Rogers just, gets into the porn industry and everything that comes along with that.
Yeah, Tony Stark, instead of running like the Avengers or some weapons company, he's got like a porn empire or something in Hollywood.
He's the Burt Reynolds character. He owns Vivid Video. Oh, Christ. And, like every porn CEO, he had a drug addiction and dated too many of his own actresses and then got really MAGA in the future. Lot of bad business decisions because they're like, oh, we'll always have money forever. I can spend it on whatever I want. No, you won't. The internet is coming to take a huge bite out of your ass, and not in the fun way. But yeah, I love the idea of just, floppy dick Captain America for the 4th of July. You've seen America's ass, but have you seen America's schlong? Well, now you will. God, I just imagine he's like fighting Crossbones or something. It's like, I don't like bullies, and Crossbones just cannot take his eyes.
Yeah, that's how he distracts the villains. Like he distracts them there, and then he throws the shield at them, and it gets them by surprise every time.
Yeah, and like all the Hydra goons, they're in the back of the police wagon. They're like, you saw that, right? You saw that? I'm not crazy. You saw that, right? Okay. Just so I'm not crazy. But no, that's fucking hilarious. I love that. Now, some more DC animated news we got going on there. We're getting a show with the Robins, but it looks like we're getting another... Was this a show or a movie? I think it might be a show, but it's Joker Laugh Riot, which seems to be a series that is essentially a take on the very classic Paul Dini Who Killed Batman, or The Man Who Killed Batman story. The idea being that some villain out there has killed Batman, and now Joker has no idea what to do with himself, and so he sets to trying to solve the murder himself.
Yeah, it seems like it's going to be a TV show, like a limited 8 episode TV show or something. And yeah, it's a cool premise. It's a cool premise.
It is. Again, The Man Who Killed Batman is a classic episode for many reasons. I wonder what direction they're going to take with it. And like, okay, did Batman die as part of a bigger conspiracy? Did Batman fake his death to try and get the Joker out of hiding? Or do we do the Sid the Squid thing where it's like, no, Batman was killed, but he was killed by an absolute shithead loser. Yeah. So when Joker finds out, he's like apoplectic about the whole goddamn thing.
Yeah, or it's like an accident or something. It's just like a terrible somehow accident that happened to some Final Destination bullshit.
He slipped on a banana peel while fighting Condiment King. Because I gotta wonder, will this series, discover what I think some of the best Joker comic stories and runs eventually figure out, and that is like the way you make a great Joker story is you don't actually make it about the Joker. You have a secondary character who is following Joker around, or a cop who is trying to catch him, and they are actually your POV.
Exactly, yeah. You use Joker as like the thing in the background that the guy's after.
Right. Because, like, Joker at his best is a character who, again, who is basically preserved in amber. He doesn't evolve. He doesn't learn lessons. He is this primal, chaotic force who just kind of exists and, rolls into places like a natural disaster.
Yeah.
And I think you would destroy some of his mystique if you made him the POV. Like, I almost don't want to hear Joker's internal monologue.
Yeah, well, as well as, like, you don't really want to see, like, the day-to-day with Joker. Like, you just want to,
it's demystifying.
You've got to have him in those little bursts, like when he's confronting Batman or something. So, yeah.
There's some great stuff in the James Tynion run, and I don't see enough people give credit for this, but I really appreciated how Tynion wrote his version of the Joker, because we actually did see Joker in those weird in-between moments that you normally don't see. There's like a moment where he's like trying to buy the old Monarch Theater and everything because he's going to turn it into a trap for Batman, and the guy he's buying it off is like an old blind landlord, and it's this very funny thing where it's like, oh, Joker is being like shockingly normal around this guy because Joker's like, well, yeah, I'm never going to see him again. So I'm fine just being normal and just being a guy.
Yeah.
And I think he does the same thing later where he's like riding in a limo because that's also when he stole Batman's money. And the limo guy can't see Joker behind him because it's that like two-way glass. And the Joker is just having a normal ass conversation with this guy. And I'm like, oh, what an interesting take Tynion has here. And that's like, yeah, the Joker, like all comedians, like, no, I'm not always on. I'm on when I'm on stage. You know how tiring that would be if I was on 24/7?
Yeah, no, that's the kind of Joker I like where he has those off days where he's just the guy, or like he's kind of like an NPC where he's not in his the cutscene path, if you will. So he's off stage, off camera, so he's just like standing there.
Which, yeah, that just implies like such an interesting idea of the Joker, where he's like, no, I'm a performer like everything. I need to get into character. I need to hype myself up, and it's very tiring being the Joker.
Yeah.
People don't know how tiring it is. So yeah, this could potentially be good. This could potentially be interesting. And man, we're getting a lot of new versions of the Joker pretty quick. We're getting a new one in Caped Crusader. We're getting this one that's a whole show. We're assumedly going to be seeing the Joker again in The Batman 2. I can only imagine.
I assume so, yeah.
We're getting a lot of Jokers in quick succession. We're officially getting more Jokers than Batmans. What a weird time, right? Where it's like, no, we haven't even kind of cast Batman yet for the new movie.
Yeah, which is really weird. Just do it already. Just fucking do it already.
I appreciate it where they're like, look, Batman's going to make a fuck ton of money no matter what because it's Batman. It's like Spider-Man. People will just do it, and we have had so many Batmans in quick successions. Y'all can wait a minute. We can build a little bit of fucking anticipation. I'm also still 90% sure that's how Clayface is going to end. Clayface is going to have a whole storyline, and then he's going to get punched out by Batman in the last 5 minutes and wake up in Arkham and go, oh, what the fuck happened? I'm certain that that's how that's going to go, because they technically kind of already did it for Dr. Phosphorus and Creature Commandos.
Yeah, I guess like that could be like the thing, though. Like the running thing where you have this giant like story with the villain and everything, and they think they've won, and then just Batman just comes in and just ends it all in like a second.
Because it's like, yeah, technically he does exist. He is out there. We're just not focusing on him at the moment.
Yeah.
We're also getting a new Crypto, the animated series. I know they announced this and Starfire around the same time, so I'm assuming these are the more kid-friendly side of the DC universe, and I like that they're not forgetting that, where it's like, look, we're doing adult ones, we're doing all ages ones, and we're doing ones that are directly for kids.
They're covering all their bases, yeah, because we got the My Adventures with Green Lantern series coming as well.
Yeah. Yes, they planted the seeds for that very well in this season of My Adventures with Superman.
They did.
They also seem to be going in a different direction because, what is it? Jessica Cruz is considerably younger in this and not an agoraphobic as far as I can tell.
Yeah, she's out in public, so I doubt she's out. She'll have something else that'll drive her character, I imagine.
I guess so. And also, too, it's like, hey, maybe the bad shit hasn't happened yet.
Yeah, that's very true.
We're still building up to that. The bad shit that made her an agoraphobic, watching her friends get murdered by the mob, hasn't happened yet. We did get to see a little, a little snippet on one of the billboards about what her costume looks like, and holy shit, it is straight up Sailor Moon.
Yeah, but apparently that's going to be the inspiration for that show is all like the Sailor Moon, the transformation stuff and all of that stuff is going to be that, whereas like, the Superman show is all like, Dragon Ball Z and Shonen and stuff like, yeah.
I mean, I guess it works pretty well too. Where like all the lantern cores, they're like all those different parts, like the old Moon Kingdom that you found. Yeah, I could see that working.
Yeah,
that actually kind of fits together. Star Sapphire, friggin' is gonna be the Queen Beryl of the show. That would be funny, but yeah, that's pretty cool. Also, too, they said for that Starfire show, they got Puffy Amiyumi back to do the theme song for that because they famously did the theme song for the 2003 Titan show that everyone loved so much.
Yeah.
Which that's cool. I also gotta wonder too if this is them kind of backdoorly being like, yeah, hey, so here's the new Starfire show that will slowly but surely be replacing Teen Titans Go because we fired the Beast Boy actor because he's out of his fucking mind and we have yet to replace him. And I think they're coming back with a new season too. And I'm like, I guess they record these long in advance before he was actually fired and everything. Yeah. But I wonder.
Yeah, it does feel like that's going to be like the new show. They just like plaster everywhere over whatever it's going to come on, and it'll just take over Teen Titans Go. Have you seen those like schedules of like massive blocks?
Yes, I have.
Where it's like, yeah, from 6 a.m. till 6 a.m. the next day, it's just Teen Titans Go. That's what the Starfire show is going to be.
I am so, it's like, that blows my mind. It's like, this really is all you show on Cartoon Network. Holy shit. This is what TV is. And I only know that when I go to hotels. And it's not just a Cartoon Network thing, because in every hotel I've ever been, it's Teen Titans Go, Law & Order SVU, like a First 48, a Cops, a thing that's nothing but Gordon Ramsay shows. That's I guess that's just what TV has become now. Which is fucking crazy, where it's like, man, I used to love TV and I used to bemoan like, oh, streaming has killed the beauty of TV. Then I watched this and I'm like, I don't know what I was missing.
Yeah. Nothing.
That's fine, I guess. But damn it, if I'm in a hotel, I am very happy to turn up the air conditioner all the way and watch some absolute dog shit TV.
Yeah, just veg out, yeah.
Yeah, what the fuck's going on with Dog the Bounty Hunter? Is he going to get those ice heads this time? He did.
He did, but he didn't say the N-word this time.
No, not this time. They were very sure to edit that part out. Very, very particular. Is that show still on TV or not? Because again, that's the thing where they made like thousands of episodes. So I'm like, are these new or these old? I can't tell anymore.
I think it's just on syndication. Because yeah, my TV, my big TV we have in our lounge room has a entire channel dedicated to Dog the Bounty Hunter.
Yep. Oh, ridiculousness too is the chat saying, yes, cannot forget ridiculousness. I have never watched an episode of ridiculousness that was not also in a hotel room.
I've never seen that show at all. I have no idea what it is, but I know that like somehow it's popular.
40 seasons.
Yeah, fuck.
40 seasons, never ending. Mike Manhattan, have you guys seen Iana? No, I have not. I know it's getting a third season. I mean to watch it. It looked very good. I'm getting a real like Avatar vibe off it, but based in more African mythology.
Ooh.
That seems like something I would probably dig.
Oh, that sounds cool.
It does. I keep waiting for Invincible Fight Girl to come back. That's another thing where it's like, hey, Adult Swim, you guys are turning out some great shows right now in the action genre as well, on top of just the comedy.
Yeah. Damn.
Yeah, that's some good stuff. Oh yeah, Tevya sent us a super chat and complained that we didn't read it right away. How did you guys feel about Supergirl bombing X-Men 97? Well, if you wait, Tevya, we're going to get to those things. We're still in the early news part of the show. It's almost like you don't watch the show every week. I know you do. I know you know the pattern of how we do things. But yeah, so a crypto show, Starfire show, those should be fun. And just today, they announced, hey, we got more live action stuff coming down the pipeline because a Mr. Terrific TV pilot has been ordered. And they got the guy who worked on the Sandman show who is going to be writing this. And I think this is like one of the most obvious no-duh slam dunks where it's like, you guys probably should have been doing this right after Superman was so big.
Yeah, I don't know why. Maybe they just didn't want their slate to get so like over like manageable. So now that they've got other things coming out soon, like Lantern and stuff, they can be like, okay, we can move on to this.
Yeah, I mean, Mr. Terrific was huge with the fans who saw Superman, with people who have never read comics before. He really should have an ongoing series now. Yeah. He doesn't, but he's also like in every book. It's one of those weird things. Yeah,
Mark Waid has managed to put him in everything.
Has put him in every book. He is showing up now. He has had more cameos than anything. This would be cool, and it would also probably be a cool way to be like, yeah, let's actually give you Mr. Terrific's origin. It's more interesting than you think, and we can work in shit like The Spectre.
Yeah, and I have to imagine they'll work in like the original Mr. Terrific, because I believe he was on that mural in the Hall of Justice, I think.
You might be right.
Yeah, so they could like work him in, like do all sorts of stuff with this character.
There's a lot of lore they could explore, assuming they want to explore lore. We'll talk about that when we talk about Supergirl later, but it's funny the ways they pick and choose to tackle lore.
Yeah.
Some more animated... some more animated stuff. Hey, they're making a Batman Nightfall trilogy, which is the first time they're coming back to these DC movie things in a while. I watched the trailer for this and it looks pretty good. Like, yeah, I'm glad you guys took a break and, put a lot of extra time and effort into this one, clearly.
It looks good. It looks like it's sticking pretty close to what Nightfall was. The animation is looking so much better because it looks like it's actually had some time and care put into it.
Yes, that they didn't, make this on a friggin' assembly line as they whipped everyone to be like, no, we got to get this out as soon as possible.
Yeah.
Which, hopefully, if this is successful, and I see it has every reason to be successful, I hope this becomes the norm now moving forward for these animated movies. Take your time, pick your story, and actually, make something worthwhile. In this case, 3 somethings.
Yeah, and don't just wildly change the story for no apparent reason whatsoever. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. This one's got a pretty great voice cast. Michael Mando is going to be Bane in this, so he's been Bane and the Scorpion all in the span of one career.
Yeah, that's great.
That's very good. The costumes look great, and because it's a trilogy where it's like, oh, we're actually going to get Nightfall, Night Quest, and whatever the third one was.
Yeah, you reckon it's not just going to break Nightfall down into 3 movies?
No, it actually looks like they're going to tell the whole story of, Batman getting his back broken by Bane, Azrael taking over as Batman and being a crazy man with knife fingers. And then the third part where Batman inevitably comes home and beats him after getting his back repaired.
I don't know whether you saw it, but the funny thing about this is that people, like a lot of people this seems to have been their first ever time seeing Jean-Paul Valley without a mask. And they're like, oh, he looks like that.
Yes, that's what he always looked like, everyone. I know, right?
Yeah, he's a genetically modified, but he's a space marine.
Yes, he's a goddamn space marine. That too, and then also seeing the people who mistakenly post pictures of the Michael Lane Azrael. I'm like, nope, that's Michael Lane Azrael. Yep. That's another guy.
Different one. He wasn't in Arkham.
Nope, different guy. Stayed more of a hero. Also a black guy. That's what he looks like under the mask if he ever took it off. That's him. But yeah, this I think this has every chance to be great, and I think it will also breed a new generation of truly insufferable Asriel fans as well. No, Asriel was actually the best one and the great one. You see, he actually had the right idea about killing criminals and being a religious fundamentalist with knife fingers. This is going to be a Homelander situation where everyone is going to get the wrong impression of this guy.
Yep.
Knife fingers are the way forward, you see. Only knife fingers.
and giant shoulder pads.
Oh, yeah, huge shoulder pad. No, we were doing it ironically. We were parodying what other comic characters looked like at the time. Sure you were. I like that's the revisionist history now. No, we did it as a joke. Okay. Didn't you see? Wasn't it funny? Now, from one piece of Batman news to another, and what is probably one of the easiest slam dunks that they've ever actually taken. Hey, you seen that Absolute Batman, Matt? You see how it's like burning up the charts all the time, and it's always #1, and it's actually managing to attract new comic readers in mass now?
Yeah, yes.
Well, hey, what if we built on this? What if we took this comic, and what if we animated it to make it reach an even bigger audience?
You just print money.
What about that? It's so funny, too, what we noted before where it's like, man, you know, this Absolute Batman and kind of this whole Absolute universe seems to be taking a lot of anime influence here. And I'm like, yeah, that's what you do when you have a successful anime or comic book in this case. You turn it into a show.
Yeah.
And that's what they seem to be doing here. Now, what is it? Snyder is going to be on board as executive producer, as is
the
Nick
showrunner
Brigada,
as well.
Showrunner, which is pretty fucking cool and pretty unheard of. That we're giving this comic guy this extra authority and power over it to keep it honest. I truly wonder what it's going to look like. Obviously, they just announced it now. They still probably need to write it and edit it and record it and do like everything else they need to do. I gotta wonder, you know, okay, what is like season 1 going to adapt? How further along are we going to be in the actual comic story by the time we get there? Because it's still a very fresh, very young universe.
It is. I think at the show they did show an image of what Absolute Batman will look like in the show, and I think it's going for like a 3D CG sort of look. I think because it was like a 3D model of the Absolute Batman. So I'm intrigued to see what that means then.
Yes, I know they've experimented with that before with like Beware the Batman and the Green Lantern show and everything. Interesting to see them return to that. Obviously, you know, they've done some pretty good stuff with the 3D animation recently, so there's definitely places they could go here with this.
Yep.
But yeah, I'm excited. I have to wonder if this is as successful as it probably will end up being. Will we get a Wonder Woman and Superman follow-up? Or will they just start adapting stuff from those stories here into the greater Absolute Batman-averse?
They could definitely do sort of like the Timverse animated series where like, oh, you got your Batman show and then the Superman show and then they team up. Whenever they like, because I imagine by the time that happens, we'll have had a couple of team ups in the comics already.
One would think.
Yeah, I could definitely see them bringing Wonder Woman in because she's the easiest because she had the tie-in with with Batman already. Yeah.
And it's a very easy team up too, where it's like you can know everything about what's happening in that Wonder Woman book. You can know none at all, and it still makes sense.
Yep.
Which is why it's such a good crossover team up.
Yeah.
Last piece of news we had here. Hey, Matt, you'll never believe this. I feel like I'm a broken record when I bring this up, but there were some set and photo leaks from the next season of Daredevil.
Oh, really? Oh.
Are they even trying anymore? It truly feels like, are you guys even trying to protect your costumes and reveals and anything anymore? I damn near feel like I've seen this season already just via the amount of leaks we've had.
I think it's just the point where it's like, someone like at this day and age, someone is going to get a photo. So like, fuck it.
This is true.
Yeah.
So yeah, the big takeaway from this is, oh, hey, look, Elektra is back and she's got a brand new costume. And here's Daredevil himself, who also has a brand new costume. And can I be real, Matt? I don't like the new costume.
Really? I kind of like it.
I here's the thing. If they switched the colors, if it was a red chest and black arms, I would probably be more okay with it. Hell, if they even just built upon the whole, like red and black camo from the end of last season where it was like peeling off, I probably would have been okay with it. This one feels very indecisive where he didn't know what color he wanted to run with.
Well, maybe that might be the thing. Maybe it's in a transitional period, and the next time we see him after that, he'll be in like a either a full black or the full red again, which I imagine is going to be the full red again.
Yes, like I see what they're doing. They are building up to him eventually fully adopting the red with the 2 Ds on the chest like we've always wanted. And maybe I'm just a stickler for this where I'm like, guys, you did all black. The next step would have been, you clearly have already read the Charles Soules run because this is what heavily inspired last season. It should have been all black, but the accessories are all red now to make it look more like that suit is what it should have been.
Yeah. I just want to because they're doing like Devil's Reign stuff. Let's like give him the Devil's Reign costume with like where it's like more ninja, more hand looking. Yeah.
With the hood.
Yeah.
How fucking good was the hood? Let him grow a beard. Can Charlie Cox grow a beard? Grow a big beard.
He can. He had one for one season of Daredevil, didn't he? Like for a little bit.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah, grow a big bushy beard. We know Kingpin's growing a big bushy beard, so you all need to grow big bushy beards. Even Jess will grow a big bushy beard for this season, and we'll talk not about it at all. It's the beard season, like the gas leak season in Community. It was the beard season of Daredevil. But yeah, I'm excited for it, and yeah, I hope you're right. I hope this is just one part of it. I hope it's like, and you're gonna keep evolving that, right? You're not gonna stop there.
I assume so, because it's getting to that point where it's like, okay, we don't need to keep doing these. He needs to earn the double Ds. He needs to earn the red costume again. We're past that now. We're so past that now. Just give him the fucking suit.
Just give him the goddamn suit we always wanted. And look, I know why they're not doing it, because merchandising, Matt, we're going to make another figure out of this.
Yep.
And another figure next season. Everyone gets a figure with the different suit of the different season of TV we've had. Now, I think that's everything. Is that everything? Because I know there was a couple things that I probably missed out on. I'm sure the chat will remind me, but I think that was everything worth talking about and printing in the last week and some change since we've been away.
Yeah, honestly, I can't think of anything else.
Yeah.
Oh, did you see the trailer for the Star Wars 9th Jedi?
Oh, no, I didn't actually. I meant to. That dropped right when I went to bed. Look good?
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah. It looks great. It looks fantastic. You just need to watch those 2 9th Jedi episodes of Star Wars Visions, and then you're set for the series. And the series, it looks like fantastic, like what it's dealing with. They got the whole, the lightsaber changes color in the dark side, or light side uses hands. And yeah, it looks really cool.
I did see a couple pictures from it there with the not quite Darth Vader guy in the show, and he looked great.
Yeah. There's a twist with him where like you think he's a bad guy, but according to the lightsaber, it seems like he's the good guy.
Yes, I was going to say that. I'm like, oh, but he's like a Sith-looking dude, but he has a regular lightsaber. Man, shocking it's taking Star Wars that long to pull the thing where it's like, no, I look evil, but I'm actually good. I look good, but I'm actually evil.
Yeah.
That's actually pretty good because, yeah, the Star Wars universe is kind of steeped in stereotypical thinking when it's like, who's a good guy, who's a bad guy. We should flip that on its head a little bit. Looks can be deceiving. The chat also wanted us to talk about X-Men. I guess we can talk about that briefly. Yeah, I watched the first 3 episodes.
Really fucking cool.
Yeah. Again, this is really the all gas, no fucking break season where it's like, hey, we got you up to speed on everything that went on last season. Now let's just go whole fucking hog all the time forever.
I put a tweet out and people seem to agree with me where it's like, this is like really good for like Marvel at the moment because it's like people want this type of X-Men. It's really fun. It's interesting. It's also really fucking bad for the MCU because then whatever they do with the X-Men is going to look so shit in comparison.
You hope they would learn. You hope they would adapt and learn and be like, look, whatever you had planned, maybe you should take some inspiration from this.
No, we are never getting a Jubilee hallway fight set to Volcano Girls ever in live action.
Farouk Assault, holy shit.
None of that is happening in live action at all.
I could not believe that. I punched the fucking air when that happened. I'm like, no way are they just... And she's got wheelie shoes. And she punks out all of X Factor, which, God, I love that this show has the right amount of fucking disdain for X Factor. It's like, you fucking black slave catchers, you goddamn, you know, ICE agents of 97, you sellout motherfuckers, you. Just the proper amount of venom for these guys. And it was so much to the point where I'm like, oh shit, yeah, that's how X Factor started. Because I didn't start reading X Factor till like many years later, when they kind of became like a joke team, or like the sellout corporate team that like Peter David wrote twice. I'm like, oh shit, yeah, I forgot this was actually their origin.
Yep.
God, and X-Force got to take over the credits in the second episode.
So
how
cool.
sick was that?
Yeah, so fucking cool.
Just boundless creativity. You were saying too, where it's like, you know, the movies will never figure this out. I think what this show gets about the X-Men, what it nails, and what, God, I hope the movies could capture even a tenth of, where it's like, hey, the thing about X-Men that people love is that it's a team series and one person doesn't steal the spotlight forever, Wolverine. Yeah. It's that everyone gets to be cool as fuck. In those 3 episodes, there's Storm. Oh, I've never done a solar storm before. Oh, but I can because I'm a goddess and badass as fuck. Holy shit. Jubilee. I'm going to take on a whole helicarrier of motherfuckers with my plasmoids and kick their ass. Episode 3. Oh, I'm En Sabanur. I'm not even Apocalypse yet. And look at me breaking these goddamn chains of slavery and whooping ass all over the place.
Yeah, movies are not going to be anything like this. The movies are going to be watered down, like, just to make it palatable to people, because they'll be scared of including certain mutants or like themes or something.
And God, talk about mutants there. In that prison scene, I was just counting like, ooh, it's Anoli. Ooh, it's the Stepford Cuckoos. Ooh, it's Quentin Quire. Ooh, it's, you know, Blob or Glob. Holy shit.
It's that little child that Angel saves in the Marvels.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
What a fucking deep cut that was. What a goddamn unbelievable deep cut. I'm like, are they really going here? They're actually going here. Holy shit. And those are just the first 3 episodes where it's like, well, what do you guys have planned next? Apparently there's a secret villain too, where it's like, oh, when Charles Xavier tried to go into that guy's mind, General Logos or whatever, he got all mind fucked up. Who do we think the secret bad guy is at the center of all of this?
I want to say because they had Ramatata, it's going to be Kang.
See, I would agree. I'm like, oh yeah, it's got to be Ramatata, it's got to be Kang. But then someone actually had a pretty sick theory that they're like, nah, it's actually a false flag. They want you to think that it's Kang the Conqueror, but no, it's actually going to be Strife. It's going to be the evil Cable because they put so much effort into Cable this season. Cable is the thing that ties this together. And how brilliant is that? Where it's like, yeah, we're going to have a story told in 3 separate timelines. And in those timelines, it's going to be Cable and Apocalypse that tie it all together.
Yeah, no, yeah, wow, yeah, I never thought about Strife, but yeah, it makes so much sense being that, yeah, Cable is that one connecting all these stories together. He had so much emphasis in those first 2 episodes.
Did he ever?
Yeah.
Great, what is it, like, camera work too. It has some of my favorite, like, dissolves and like things where it's like, oh, you see young Cable in the past, you know, put his hand through the alien thing and it comes out like his classic arm. Then they cut back to him as an adult, and then, you know, his pensive face in the past, and then in the present his even more pensive face. Just beautiful shit like that, where I'm like, oh, goddamn, you know, someone's really, you know, showing off their friggin' film school bona fides here, aren't they?
Yeah.
And the fact that they make you, like, ever so sympathetic to En Sabanur for a minute. It's like, oh, he was an ugly baby and a slave and everything, and his life sucks, and he was taken in by goddamn Worf. God, how many freaking Star Trek actors were in this?
Yeah, is that Clancy Brown? No, he wasn't in that. That was something else I was watching. But Michael Dorn. He's just fucking great in this. He's so fucking good.
He's perfect for that cast. I'm like, oh, who's going to be voicing Baal? Ah, yes, Worf. There you go. Worf. Good job. Good casting. And their relationship is perfect, too. It's like, yeah, he's my dad, but he's also my boss. But, like, I'm also the boss, too. We have this kind of weird thing. And classic goddamn Magneto ruining it for everybody. No, I think I can talk to him. I think I could make him see my vision in my way. I mean, our way, Charles.
I don't understand why, like, people weren't like, hey, Magneto, you know, the end of last season, do you, like, kind of, like, fucked up Wolverine and pulled all his adamantium out? Like,
yeah, he did.
Are we just kind of cool with that now, apparently?
Yeah. Yeah, he's got bone claws now, you know. He's got like he's basically the feral Wolverine now. He's got the bandana around his head. He still has a nose though, thank God for that. That's another amazing thing about this. It's like, well, Wolverine had his metal taken out. Wolverine had like a major life-changing thing, and we are not even focusing on it a little bit. That's how you know this is different. That Wolverine is just another guy in the background.
And it's so much better for it. The show is so much better for it.
Like, look, don't get me wrong. We'll get a Wolverine episode at some point. They can't not circle back to Wolverine at some point.
Yeah, but that's the thing. An episode, one little part of a larger thing.
Hell, Emma Frost was in this for like 5 minutes too, and she was great and perfectly fantastic. Emma and owned those 5 minutes.
Yeah.
God, I love Emma and just the Hellfire Club ideology of radical self-interest, where it's like, yeah, you got your good mutants, your evil mutants, then you got me, who just wants to make money and play both sides against each other.
Yeah, I want to be rich and decadent, yeah.
Yeah, doesn't matter. I'm fully bulletproof, so, you know, like, whatever. Everything literally rolls off my back. Which is what makes the Krakoa stuff so cool, too. When she's like, oh, no, I care now. I actually have skin in the game, and I want to try and do good. I don't want to just be self-serving.
Yeah. It's so fucking good.
Yes, it is. So good. Definitely, you know, one of the high points of, I'm definitely looking forward to this every week now.
Yeah, it's gonna finish sooner than we think, though, because it's just gonna barrel through all these stories. They've announced season 3, haven't they?
I'm sure they have.
Yeah, they have to have done do season 3.
Are we getting multiple episodes a week now, or is it just one a week now? Is that like a 3-episode premiere? Yeah,
I think it's one a week now, which is weird because the last episode of the first 3 episodes was a part 1.
Was a 2-parter. Yeah, I know, right? What a mother of a fucker. It's like, oh, you know exactly, you got us. But then it's also like, it's X-Men, so it's like, these are all multi-part stories, motherfucker. Strap the fuck in. Oh, and we're also going to be getting like the goddamn Grant Morrison era jacket costumes as well. Like we haven't even seen that.
At some point.
Yeah, we're going there at some point. But yeah, good stuff. I guess with that we can talk about Supergirl too, because that's kind of what we've been building up to. Man, the conversation around this turned wildly extreme and incredibly toxic super fucking quick, didn't it? This is like Last Jedi levels of quick, where it's like, I like the movie. I liked it a lot, actually, way more than I thought, because I read all the bad reviews going in some cases from people I actually somewhat respected, and so I'm like, oh no, and I was sitting in the theater being like, okay, when's it going to turn? When's it going to go downhill? When's it going to go downhill? What? No, that was fine.
Yeah, it's just like an oddly, like, normal film for people to like die on this hill that it's like the worst thing to ever happen to cinema. Yeah, it's just so fucking weird.
I think it's because it hits these nerves of all these, you know, people in different ways, where it's like, okay, it's a female-led superhero movie, so you were always going to have the He-Man Woman Haters Club who had their knives out ready for it. It's a superhero movie in a day and age when, like, the older media, especially fucking Variety, who got called out for their, you know, absolutely, like, crazily angry review where they have their knives out as well. Yeah,
it wasn't just a review. It would be okay if it was just a single review, but they were posting like daily articles on it. They would bring things up from months ago as if it was new news, and it's like, what is going on over there?
Yeah, like Variety had a weird vendetta against it in a way that they never had against any other superhero movie, where it's like, God damn, are you like actively being like, no, this is the moment we kill this genre so we don't have to listen to these anymore, and because, you know, the He-Man Women Haters Club is gonna hate it already, we can hop on in and build off the back of that, and we won't get any blowback the way we get blowback from other superhero movies. You have that. You have your standard Snyder cultists there who hate anything that's not the friggin' and Snyder, who have already, drawn their line in the sand and said that they will hate anything James Gunn and Peter Safran. And then you had just like some other weird things too. I'm reminded very much as someone who is a big fan of Legend of Korra, which very much is in a similar position as Supergirl, where it is a sequel to like a much bigger thing starring a dude with a very imperfect, very flawed female character, where it's like, oh wow, lots of viewers do not give women the same grace they give men with similar problems, but it's also not just male viewers. There's a whole strong contingent of women who fucking hate flawed women as well.
Yeah, I don't get it. I don't get. Is it like sort of like you're holding a mirror up and you don't want to see those things that you see in yourself or something? Like, right? I don't get it. I really don't get it.
It's super, super shocking. And yeah, I kept waiting for that moment in the theater. I'm like, oh, is this where it turns bad? Is this where it turns bad? No. I like that.
Yeah.
I liked it a lot. And obviously we know like a bunch of new things now about the movie because it's been about a week. Apparently the version we saw in theaters, this is what they are, tentatively calling the studio cut. There was another cut they did, what they call in film a bake sale, where they took two versions of the movie and did testing with it with test audiences. And this one tested a little better than the quote unquote, director version.
2 points better. So marginal.
Yeah, a 2 points version. It's like, well, what was different about the original Craig Gillespie cut? Well, there was 11 extra minutes in it, which is basically nothing to one of these movies.
No.
And they moved some shit around. Apparently all that Supergirl origin stuff, that was in the beginning, is what that was.
Yeah, I preferred it peppered throughout the film. I thought that it made sense where it was happening throughout the film.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Now, thankfully, there are some stuff that like seemingly everybody universally agreed on, and that is, hey, Millie Alcock is really good in this. In fact, this is probably going to be, this is going to be her big, movie star making role. We're probably going to see her a lot more in other things now. We're definitely going to see her in Man at Tomorrow.
Yeah, and then probably, and I think they have announced that she's going to be in something else after that as well. Right. She's going to appear somewhere else.
Yeah, they give her a hard role to work because, again, like we said, playing a character who is in basically every way the polar opposite of Superman, a snarky, fall-down drunk, dealing with, some very serious trauma and working through it by trying to help someone else. That's kind of what my takeaway from this was, is like, oh, this is a real Dr. Heal Thyself type of story here. I am helping Ruthie because this is how I am processing what's going on with me. Which is very different than the book. Here's another thing, too, where I was going to bring this up at the top. This is kind of the first time ever where DC has done this, where basically any of these movies have done this, where in preparation for the movie, in selling the movie, at every turn, I'm sure you noticed, they were sure to be like, hey, and read Woman of Tomorrow, and here's Woman of Tomorrow, and here's the comic it's based on. So what we actually had, which surprised the shit out of me, is that a lot of people talking about it did reference the comic. Because they did actually read the comic. Yeah. And I'm like, wow, that's really surprising. And they came away not liking it, being like, oh, I liked the book better. And I'm like, well, I mean, they're two completely different beasts, but funny to think that that was the thing. And I'm like, is DC and Warner Brothers going to keep doing that in the future? Are they going to keep being like, read the book? Or is this going to change the way they do things and be like, actually, don't read the book?
Well, I mean, it depends because this movie adapts like the bare bones of that book. Yeah. But I think as well it adapts things that it doesn't adapt things that people wanted to see adapted, which was like all the planets. It does some stuff better. I liked the Kryptonite planet a bit better in the movie because it was more visual. That was fun. Like in the book, it's not really made clear that it's like Kryptonite affecting her, whereas in the movie it's like very obvious.
Yes, again, it's a lot simpler than like, oh, it was a planet that was designed to kill Superman and da-da-da-da-da. Yeah. That's another thing, too, about this movie that I'm sure pissed some people off, but I found weirdly refreshing. There are multiple moments in this where they could have really dug into lore and where they really could have made it like a PowerPoint presentation on DC stuff. Yep. They never did.
No, they didn't, no.
We get like a brief explanation of Kryptonite. That's kind of it. I assumed where it's like, oh, we're going to see the destruction of Krypton. So was it Brainiac? Are we going to see the Bottle City of Kandor being made? No, that was Zor-El's shield tech actually is what that was. I'm like, oh,
yeah,
so we're just going with you. Yeah, so we're just going with, it was a regular core explosion? Really? No Brainiac? Okay, well, they're going to explain how Kara is younger than Clark, right? Despite her being older when it started, so we're going to get like, she got stuck in the Phantom Zone for a minute, or she got stuck in a black hole. Nope, we're just cutting right to her on Earth, huh? Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, that's fine. Again, you're keeping it brief. You're not, bogging us down with a lot of techno babble and everything, but I guess maybe as a nerd, I'm like, I would have liked a little techno babble here and there. You could do a little bit.
Yeah.
There's outside.
Go ahead.
I mean, even outside Lobo, I was gonna say, even outside Lobo too. There's like no real cameos, no real references or in jokes. This one plays it very straight.
That's what I was gonna say. I was expecting some sort of like. So we're going out into the DC cosmos. I'd expected some sort of like, I recognize that race. Oh, that race is
right.
That's a Thanagarian. Oh, that's a Rannian. Oh, something like like that. Oh, it's a Derlin. Yeah.
Or like, here's some other Green Lanterns flying around or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kept waiting for that moment and it never came. And I'm like, okay, well, maybe we're in a different part of space. We're like in a dirtier, more uncharted part of space where they're like still fighting with swords.
Yeah, well, I mean, that is the thing in the book where the planets... Some of the first planets that Kara goes to in the books are very like Neolithic and everything. Yeah, they don't know what a spaceship is, and so they're that sort of stuff.
And like, I guess it makes sense for what they've done with Krim and the Brigands here, where it's like, okay, well, obviously they would need Dark Ages weapons. They would want swords and everything because they're not actually trying to kill their enemies. They're trying to capture them because they are human trafficking slave raiders now in this.
And I prefer that than the book because in the book, the entire point is that Krem is just some guy. He's not some big bad villain.
Yes.
Like he is just a guy.
He's Tom Chaney in True Grit is what he is.
Yeah, but I kind of like this change where they kind of given him a little bit more to be as a character. They're kind of giving him a bit more like character.
Yes, and I didn't mind it either. Hell, if anything, and apparently they do this in the Gillespie cut with those extra 11 minutes, I'm like, okay, if you're going to make him a human trafficker, if you're going to make him this, sort of like reflective of real evil that actually exists, I think you should have gone harder. I think you should have made him sleazier and scummier. And for a second there, I think that was what the original plan is. Because when we first see him, he shows up at Ruthie's house and everything. He starts eating their pie and everything. And I'm sure you thought of this too, Matt. I'm like, oh my God, he's Hans Landa from Inglourious Bastards. They're doing the milk scene from that. Oh my God, they're recreating the milk scene here. But of course, he's no Christoph Waltz is the problem because we're not going to have a 15, 20 minute scene where this guy just gets creepier and more hateable as time goes on. Because no, this is a summer blockbuster. We got places to be and things to do. But I would have been like, nah, make him even grosser. Like have him put his feet up on the table, have him take like his gloves off and put his weapons on shit and everything. That's what I would have done. And apparently in the Gillespie cut, they do make him sleazier. He makes some very inappropriate passes at Ruthie.
Yeah, which I would have preferred to see that sort of stuff because it just makes the villain that much more hateable. So and then when all the stuff that happens at the end of the movie, it's like that much more satisfying.
Yes, and I'm sure that was a fight. I'm sure that was a fight with Warner Brothers. It was like, whoa, they're bringing kids to this movie. We're letting these guys be space human traffickers of child brides. Do we also need to make the villain of the Supergirl movie a canonical pedophile? I mean, you're going to be doing a Deathstroke and Bane movie, and he's also a canonical pedophile, but
Yeah.
Just saying. And he is totally It's funny too, when I heard people talk about this movie, I can totally see the breadth of how many movies people have seen and how they talk about it, where they're like, oh, this is just John Wick in space. Why? Because the dog got shot? A, the dog got shot in the book, and B, that book is straight up a ripoff of True Grit. This whole thing is True Grit. Not even the original True Grit, the Coen brothers remake of True Grit.
Yeah, this movie's Guardians of the Galaxy. Why? Because it's set in space and there's like weird space aliens. Like, yeah, what? Okay. Kara uses music as a connection to Earth,
Yeah, you mean like how people do? Like how people listen to music? Now that's another thing too. We'll talk about that in the music. I liked almost all of the music choices.
Yeah.
In fact, my favorite bit is when they go to the alien bar, because like 90% of this movie takes place in alien bars. They're straight up bar hopping the whole thing. Is that alien lounge singer who goes from singing alien songs to singing The Girl from Ipanema, and I'm like, that's awesome because that implies so much. Wait, she knows an Earth song. That means Earth people were there at some point. Holy shit.
Or their music has gotten out there somewhere. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That implies so much amazing shit.
Yeah.
I fucking love that.
I didn't mind the music. I did feel like there was maybe 2 needle drops too many, because it felt like I got like very, very vague, like David Ayer's Suicide Squad, where it's like one after the other for a little bit there when they're doing that bar hopping thing. I'm like, okay, we don't need that last one to just use the score, because the score is really good. The score is not really used that much, and it's really good though.
And a lot of people complain too, where it's like, oh, this is just Craig Gillespie trying to, ape James Gunn. He's doing James Gunn light. And like, no, he does that in his own movies too.
Yeah, have you not seen I, Tonya, Corella? Like, that's his whole thing. Yeah.
He does that too, and like clearly the frame of reference is wildly different in the songs he picks. And like, yeah, I think that yes, Kara as a character would probably listen to the songs that she's picked here. Mm-hmm. And it implies a lot of her character too, where it's like, oh yeah, she had to learn to speak English. So I'm sure Clark is like, hey, listen to music. That's a good way to learn English.
It was probably also helping her drown out her super hearing too.
Ah, see? Again, they could have had a scene where they said that, but they didn't. They expected you as the audience to make that connection. And there's a lot of that in this movie.
Mm-hmm. There is.
They don't lay it all out there. Again, like talking about stuff that is like interesting when you think about it and everything, So Kara's whole journey in this is like, hey, I lost my planet as a kid. That sucked enough as it is that I watched my parents and all my people slowly die of kryptonite poisoning. So they actually make her story worse and sadder than it normally is in the comics.
Yeah, in the comics, it's usually just, planet exploded. I am a bit more affected by it by Clark, because I was there. I lived on that. I knew the people there.
I was old enough to remember.
But there's so much more worse.
And again, to give Millie Alcock all the praise in the world, she is really good saying the alien nonsense. Like, there's a good chunk of this movie that is them just speaking Kryptonian, and I'm like, oh, this is good and not silly and not like, like a bad sci-fi B movie. This is actually good, and they're emoting well. Hell, I'll even give credit to David Krumholtz, of all people. I thought he was actually quite good as Zor-El.
He was very good as Zor-El, yeah.
I know he's kind of a weird guy, Krumholtz, where in between loving marijuana and fighting with Michael Rappaport online, he also acts in movies occasionally.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, if those are the two worst things against you, I love weed and fighting with Michael Rappaport. What could be worse? And also, they do actually answer some questions and recontextualize some stuff from Superman, and that is, so Jor and Lar-El were even bigger assholes than we thought, because the whole, let's take over other planets, let's send our children there to colonize it, that was not an accepted thing by the whole planet.
That was just them.
That was their idea, and I'm like, holy shit, that is crazy. Where it's like, no, Superman, not only were your parents assholes, they were assholes amongst your own culture, where even his own brother was like, that fucking guy, man.
I actually really like that. I'm like, I want to see more of this. I want to see, like, this is interesting. This is so interesting.
Very.
It's not like the usual Jor-El and Lara. That's really cool.
I know. I actually really ended up liking it too. And that ends up, making probably the most interesting thing about this movie and, the creative idea that really made me kind of fall in love with it. And that is like, this movie understands what some of the best Supergirl stories in the comics understand. And that is, hey, you can't just have Supergirl be Superman but with boobs. You need to actually give her interesting different things to do, and the best thing to do with her, which again, they were doing this in the freaking Otto Binder years, for Christ's sake, and that is Supergirl Kara can do everything that Superman Clark cannot do.
Yeah.
So you should do. So yeah, she can be a fall down drunk. She can be a snarky person who flips people off. She can speak like a valley girl. She can kill the villain at the end of her movie and actually have it not be the worst thing ever.
Yeah, because she is that different person, and it's cool as well because the week that week as well we had My Adventures with Superman, kind of also sort of do the same thing where it set out like the differences between Superman and Supergirl, whereas like Superman is much the shield, the thing that protects you, whereas Kara is the sword and the thing that attacks, and a fighter. Love it. It's great. That's perfect representation.
Love it. And I love where, again, to bring it back to the parents, they wanted such radically different things for you. The speech that her dying mother and father give her, be good, be a protector, be a defender and everything. They wanted her to be a hero and to essentially protect Earth from Kal-El, maybe seemed to be the thing there, where it's like, look, our shitty, we don't want this to stay in our family forever. We're not sure if your friggin' cousin is gonna go full Viltrumite on this fucking planet. You need to stop him. Well, you're still older, and that she had this mission and that she had these ideals thrust upon her. Then she gets to Earth and like, not only is my cousin older than me now, but he became the best guy ever.
He's a golden retriever.
Yeah, he became modern day Jesus. He is living the mission my parents set out for me. What the fuck am I going to do? My life is a lie now. And that's so amazing. And again, we actually get way more Superman, Dave Cornswet in this movie than I thought we were going to. He continues to be great.
He's fantastic.
To be wonderful.
Fantastic.
They have great chemistry with each other, where I'm like, hey, can we get Superman and Supergirl? I would happily see that as a movie, as like a buddy cop movie.
Again, it's that great energy of like one's the shield, one's the sword sort of thing. It's that great dynamic, and all the stuff with him in the film is great, especially the stuff at the end of the film where Kara comes back to Metropolis and he's trying to act like, you can come back, but it's very clearly he's like excited that she's there and staying.
Yes. Trying to play it cool.
Yeah.
And it also begs a lot of questions too. It's like, okay, so Superman informed so much of his life because of that corrupted video from his parents. Kara speaks Kryptonian. She probably saw that video, which means she's been lying to him this whole time willingly.
Well, she didn't remember the video was corrupted. The part that had that message was corrupt. She couldn't see that part, so she would have only seen the first part of that message.
Right, but assumedly she would know from her parents, where it's like, Jor-El and Lara were actually kind of dicks, right? That was my assumption. It's like, so she had to know that their parents were dicks, and maybe she like kept that secret to protect them, and maybe that fucked her up too, having to keep that in. Maybe that affected her relationship with Kal-El, because again, another beautiful thing, she eschews the costume for most of the movie. She only wears it seemingly when she's around Superman. She doesn't wear it to bar hop. When he offers it to her, it's kind of like this corny thing. Even Crypto too. Crypto only wears the cape when he's around Superman. Yeah. He doesn't wear the cape, anything else. And I'm like, so these are all Superman things? You're actively placating Superman? That's genius when you actually stop and think about those things. And the actual costume reveal in this, I know some people are complaining like, they surf Dracula Supergirl. She only really becomes Supergirl at the end. I'm like, well, technically she was already Supergirl. She's just kind of taken a break from being Supergirl to go on a drunken, depressive binge. But no, the actual reveal of Ruthie having had the suit and being like, no, I thought, this was the source of your power. I thought this would help you because I am a child, and that is how a child thinks about superheroes. Only for Kara to be like, nah, man, it's clothes, and it's not even clothes I particularly like. And to juxtapose that with Superman's speech of like, yeah, I know it's bright, but we wear it so people know we're the good ones. And then in that final fight, she descends from the shadowy sky and she is wearing the suit because she is ready to accept that charge now.
Yeah, it's a fantastic little journey for her.
That's good ass storytelling. Like, that's good ass visual storytelling that worked, and it's a feel good fucking moment when she comes down and does it. That's why I'm like, what fucking movie was everyone else watching?
Yeah, exactly. That's my entire takeaway from this is like, were people watching the same film?
This was solid. Now, we could argue about the action itself, because obviously, Craig Gillespie, really talented director, really good at, doing nuanced, kind of messed up women, from Tanya Harding to Pamela Anderson and everyone else in between. Not particularly known as an action guy.
No.
And the best action scene, it's all kind of stuff you saw in the trailer.
Yeah.
They do some fun stuff with some tech pirates where it's kind of, you know, like Benny Hill, Jackie Chan, like, oh, now you see me, now you don't, and everything. Again, maybe the action could have been a little bit more impactful. And this is also like a problem too of like having to follow Superman. Like, I would say there's nothing in this that is as good or as cathartic as when Superman fights like those 500 robots.
I agree. The action was definitely the weakest part of the film. I did like that end action scene with the needle drop everyone is talking about is like the worst thing ever, apparently. But I did like that action where it's like kind of one shot all the way around. But apart from that, it was just kind of like
A lot of people have mentioned the editing too, and as I found out in my research, which again is why I'm glad we waited a week here, 2 editors are credited on this one. One is James Gunn's guy, the guy who edited all the Guardians of the Galaxy, directed a couple Fast and the Furious, and the other one is Gillespie's guy, or I think woman, actually, might have been a woman, who has edited all of his movies. And I'm like, yeah, these two have radically different sensibilities, which makes me feel like, sometimes it does feel like you're watching 2 different movies here, and definitely one where the director was more comfortable and confident in the quieter, more, you know, people-centric moments.
Yeah.
We didn't mention Jason Momoa yet as Lobo. Yeah, fucking great. Surprise.
I liked him, but I would have liked him more if he didn't do this exact same shtick as Aquaman.
Yeah, a little bit.
It's like, okay, you're just doing Aquaman, where it should have been the other way around. Where it's like, no, you should have been Lobo first.
Shouldn't it have? And then to have people complain, being like, oh, they made Lobo too jokey. They made him into a comedy character.
That's what he is.
He's always been a comedy character. Well, technically not. In the very beginning, he was serious, but he only got popular when he became a comedy character.
Yeah, and I thought he was great, but yeah, it's just like, he's just doing Aquaman again. Because that Aquaman was just so Lobo-coded.
Jokey.
Yeah.
Yeah. But hey, he's having fun. He has the motorcycle. He says some of the alien shit. He he says, what does he say? He says bastage, but he doesn't say frag.
No.
There's a moment too where one of the brigands steals his motorcycle, and I'm like, oh, he's gonna do that thing where he whistles and the bike is gonna come back. Didn't do that.
Yeah, the bike doesn't seem to be sentient.
No, which is a shame. I hope in the sequel and in the inevitable Lobo spinoff that we are no doubt going to be getting. One way or another, though Momoa has said, look, I'm only going to do it if it's R. I'm not going to do a PG-13 rated love. But I'm like, that's probably how it should be. That's fair. That's probably how it should be. But yeah, he doesn't say KZ Femme. They sit on quite a few Loboisms.
Yeah.
And I know some people are like, oh, you know, he took up too much time in the film, or, oh, you could have gotten rid of him and you wouldn't have missed it. I'm like, yeah, but it's fun, though. He's really fun. Now, I'm imagining there's a version of this movie where they could have straight up stolen from True Grit even more and have Supergirl be Rooster Cogburn and have Lobo be LaBeef is what they could have done. Which I absolutely love saying that. I'm like, freaking Supergirl is Rooster Cogburn in this, and she really is.
She is, yeah.
I'm drunk and belligerent.
Yeah.
Never seen a boy break more glasses. Ruthie is pretty good in this too, but again, this is like a different in the shifting perspective where the book is entirely Ruthie's story, Woman of Tomorrow. She has so much fucking narration in that.
Yeah,
just
she's the main character.
Pages.
She's the main character of the book, yeah.
Yeah, she's the main character with pages and pages of narration. Again, I feel like in some of those flashbacks from like, oh, are these flashbacks that we see a little bit in the movie, were these supposed to be part of bigger scenes? Were we supposed to spend more time with Ruthie and her family before we killed them? That's the feeling I got.
Yeah.
Like, she gets the job done, but again, it's like, you know, in the book, she's like, you know, very, very prim and proper and very verbose and everything. And we kind of get enough of that in here.
Yeah, I can see that.
But it's a little different. The intents are all very different because again, that is a story about Ruthie dealing with an older, more established Supergirl who's been around the block a few times and is actively trying to save her from making a horrible mistake. Yeah. This is a fairly new Supergirl early in her career, as I said, trying to do the whole, doctor heal thyself thing. I'm helping you because in doing so, I am working through my own issues and trauma. And again, it all comes to a head to where, yeah, she kills the bad guy in this, which she doesn't do in the book. And I was actually fine with this because the movie doesn't treat it as a cool thing. It doesn't treat it as like this badass triumphant thing. They very much treat it as, oh, I have so much more to learn. I have so much more to go before I can, truly consider myself to be on the same level as like Superman and everything.
Yeah, the idea being that that Supergirl does it so that Ruthie doesn't have to do that and thus tarnish herself, because Supergirl thinks she's already tarnished herself. So like, what's one more thing?
Yeah. And like, if you're going to have him kill anyone, have him be like an unrepentant child trafficking piece of shit. Yeah. Is definitely probably a good way to go about it.
Yeah, exactly. I get understanding not doing the book's ending, because the book's ending does like a time jump where like Ruthie's an old lady.
Yes. And hundreds of years.
And I kind of like would want him to do that though, because that would also make it kind of like the ending of Furiosa, with what Furiosa did with Chris Hemsworth's character, like trapped him, put him in a tree and everything like that.
Yeah, that was good. And again, a lot of people too were comparing this to Furiosa as well. I'm like, why? Because there's like kidnapped women and like an armada of cars and raiders and everything. Everyone needs to see more movies. Everyone's frame of reference is limited, is all I'm saying. Y'all need more movie references. Another thing I really liked. There's some great looking aliens in this. The creature work on this was shockingly good.
Yeah, the practical effects on all of the creatures looked fantastic. It felt like a Star Wars film.
Yeah, especially in a year where we got a Mandalorian movie that leaned into the creature stuff more than anything, where I'm like, this is like as good as what we saw in Mandalorian, which is shocking to say.
Yeah.
And yeah, they do adapt certain scenes from the book. They'll put a different twist on them. We get the space bus scene. We get the scene with Kari, dying in the cave and Ruthie trying to save her and everything. They take the bones of, Woman of Tomorrow, but put their own spin on it and do their own particular thing. What else was I going to talk about? Oh yeah, let's talk about the needle drop, because that's become quite infamous now. During the big action scene at the end of the movie, they use a slow acoustic cover of The Middle by Jimmy Eat World, which I had to admit I was double wrong. I'm like, oh yeah, that's that Sum 41 song. Oh no, it isn't. That's actually Jimmy Eat World. That was their big hit. And I also had to reckon with the fact where I'm like, oh my God, I have been singing this song wrong for years. Only when they slowed it down and enunciated. I had no idea the lyric goes, little girl, you're in the middle of that ride. I had no idea that that's what that song was actually about.
Yeah, so in that regards, it's kind of fucking perfect for the thing. I do wonder why they didn't do just get the Jimmy Eat World version. Like,
right.
I just because it's like, just to me, it's like an action scene and we've got all this like explosion action, and then you have like a slow, solemn. I kind of get what they're going for, but as well, it's like, just keep that energy up.
I am glad you mentioned that, Matt, because again, I was looking into this as well. There's a lot of fan edits already on TikTok where they took the original version of The Middle and put it back into the scene. And here's the thing. That actually doesn't work either.
Really?
Because the mood is all off. Yes, because you're supposed to be seeing it from Ruthie's point of view, right? This is, her being awed by the super heroics of, Supergirl. So having like, a 90s era, mall punk song does not quite hit the same. And I'm like, okay, well, Supergirl wears a Blondie shirt for like 90% of the movie, and Call Me was in the trailer. Would it be better with Call Me? Someone put Call Me in there. That also didn't work. Call Me didn't work as well. And I dug into this further. Apparently, they had like 45 different songs that they were toying with, and actually picking this cover of The Middle, that was something they did in the final week of editing.
Yeah.
That was their last choice.
That's insane.
That is insane. And also, in the different cuts, James Gunn wanted a different song. James Gunn wanted a cover version of Girls Just Want to Have Fun by Cyndi Lauper. They did not say which band. I'm like, there's 100 fucking covers of that. Which band, though? What version? Let me go and listen to it to see if it's any way particularly different. But yeah, so they ended up getting their way with that one. And I'm like, Personally, I think a much better one would have been, use the trailer version of What Becomes of the Broken Hearted. I think that actually
that could
would have
work.
been the ideal choice.
Yeah, that could definitely
it's funny
work.
to see it's funny to see everyone, universally hating it. And like, I get it. It's so fucking, it's jarring. It's not that it's bad. It's that it's jarring. Lyrically, it makes perfect sense. And you know how you could have saved this? Yeah. You could have saved this by actually having a scene where maybe Ruthie and Kara, bond over music. Maybe she lets her listen to like her friggin' iPod there for a second. If, this was a song that they bonded over, if they queued that up earlier in the movie, I think it might actually have hit a little bit harder. And again, I was thinking, like, you see, this is why James Gunn is actually really good at his needle drops and why he's a master of it. He doesn't pick any song willy-nilly. There's a point to it. Yeah. Again, the Guardians of the Galaxy movies. Music is Peter Quill's connection to Earth. This is the last thing I had from my mother. I am defined by fun songs from the 70s. And eventually when he gets off the Zune. Peacemaker. Him and his brother brought together by their love of hair metal music. And it's a thing that, makes people look side-eyed at Peacemaker. It's like, really? This is the fucking thing you love? Even Creature Commando's there, where it's all, like a Golgo Bordello, all like, Euro.
Yeah,
Europunk and Europop and everything. Like it all kind of fits. That's what they needed. They needed one scene of bringing this all together is what they needed, and they didn't have that. I think if they had queued it up a little better, people would have been nicer to it.
They should have queued it up, and then during that big fight, because of all the chaos going on, maybe Ruthie puts the headphones on to drown out the sound. And that's where the music comes from. That was like the last song that was on the playlist or something that starts up or something.
That would have been nice. Yeah. That would have been cool. See, again, I don't think it's so much the choice. I think it's that they didn't cue it up. And also, too, because it's like that's a much older song, and everything else Kara has been listening to has been, much newer and fresher and like something that a 23-year-old woman would listen to. With here, it's like, what? A freaking pop punk cover song? Really? And again, I think a lot of people also had the same feeling I did, where it's like, wait, I know this song. Wait, is that really the lyrics to the middle? Holy shit. Because everyone just knows it just takes some time, a little bit of lose. Again, no one knows any of the other ones. It's one of those songs where you only know the chorus.
Yeah. Maybe that's what like took people out. Maybe I was like, oh, we can actually hear the lyrics now.
It's a bit of a brain fuck is what it is, because you're like, wait, I know this song. Where do I know this song from? Wait, I know the chorus. Wait, are these the lyrics? So like then you're not even watching the movie, and now your brain has just thoroughly been taken over by this moment. But yeah, I mean that is a problem. I will look at that and be like, okay, that should have been better. You probably should have queued that up the better. In fact, obviously the book succeeds because the book is very episodic. The book is basically television, is what it is. Every planet, Supergirl and Ruthie go somewhere new, meet a bunch of alien weirdos, learn a lesson. You can't really do that in a movie because the book took place over months and the movie takes place over like 3 days.
Yeah.
And this is one of those things where it's like, well, yeah, you chose this to basically be Supergirl's origin movie, where the book is a much older Supergirl, so you kind of wrote yourself in a corner. And I have my own weirdo conspiracy theory about this, between why did they choose this book? Why were they so hard on promoting the book every time they promoted the movie? Is it because it's a Tom King book?
Yeah. That's my conspiracy theory, and one I adamantly agree. Yeah, he's like in the writer's room. He's like an executive producer in all these films. So like, it's because it's a Tom King book. They're like, we're going to use my books because it's easier, quote unquote.
Yeah, and is it because his wife is also apparently a higher up at Warner Brothers as well?
It's also why Mr. Miracle is happening. It's his book, and then maybe I've heard things about that Mr. Terrific book where that started life as a Strange Adventures series and then morphed into a Mr. Terrific book. Because Mr. Terrific's in Strange Adventures as well.
Yes, he is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. That's my thought. And again, my conspiracy theory is moving forward. Are they going to promote the books along with the movie now if they're not Tom King adjacent?
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I guess we'll see what happens now. Are they going to start like producing them now, like promoting them if they're not going to follow the book as much?
Yeah, to be like, don't read the book. And like, look, it's an adaptation. I know they're not going to do 1-to-1 because they basically never fucking do 1-to-1.
No, not at all.
But yeah, overall, I would say Supergirl, I thought it was thoroughly overhated. I thought there's actually a lot to enjoy here, a lot to chew on, a lot to think about. Its major fatal flaw is that it's missing a couple scenes that it really should have had that could help it.
Yep.
And also the fact that it is coming out in the shadow of the Superman movie, which, yes, the Superman movie is better. This is less good than Superman 2005. Not the worst, but it is, not as good.
It also does not help that it's coming out sandwiched between Toy Story and Minions. So it's like they're just going to cannibalize each other.
Yes, let's talk about that. Let's talk about the fact that they really set this movie up to fail, because it's like, okay, it's a female-led superhero movie, which means it gets less promotion to begin with. You're dropping it in a busy summer season, a week after Toy Story, which turned into a fucking amazing juggernaut, which it was always going to be, because this is like the unit. You have generations of family going to see this. You have moms, dads, kids, maybe even fucking grandparents at some point, for Christ's sake, depending.
Yeah.
Everybody loves Toy Story. That Toy Story movie got really good reviews, from what I understand. That it was actually pretty solid, where it's like, okay, so you guys can still bring the heat with this all this time later. Like you said, you got Minions coming after that a week later, which, Minions, same deal. Family movies always crush, especially in a series like this. And then you put it a month before Spider-Man, which already did a shit ton of, pre-tickets and everything, because unfortunately we live in the year 2026, and unless this is your job, the way it is for you and me, Matt, not everyone can afford to go see a movie every month. It is very financially unwise, actually, with how fucking expensive everything is now to see this. So surely if people decided, well, I can only see one superhero movie this year, and I'm choosing Spider-Man because it's part of a longer running series, and because Spider-Man always does huge. It is a tested brand and everything. It does kind of feel like, shit, should you guys have waited and put this out in like October or something?
Yeah, I mean, I guess because they want to keep momentum going, because they have this, then Lanterns in August, and then in October they have Clayface. So yeah, should they have put it out earlier in the year?
Right, I don't know.
Yeah, it's just weird.
Yeah, as you look at it now, where it's like, wow, you guys actually really set this one up to fail, is what you did. If people didn't already have their knives out for it, you also dropped it during like a really fucking competitive summer, actually. That was not smart by you guys, to be fair.
And there were even harder plays, because say they did decide, okay, well, we're going to delay the film until, like what you said, like September, October. That could also be seen as them being like, oh, the movie must be in trouble. It needs all these...
They're scared. They're running. Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like a win. It's a lose-lose, actually, because like no matter what they did, like someone would fucking complain.
They would, and I know they talked to Peter Safran about it, because in the James Gunn Peter Safran relationship, James Gunn only comes to people with good news, but Safran comes to people with all the bad news. And he's the one who's like, yeah, we didn't hit the projections we want. It's unfortunate, but we are staying the course. We have a big 10-year plan. Which, like, yeah, good. That's what you should do. Yeah. Imagine if Marvel fucking crumbled because Incredible Hulk didn't do as good as Iron Man 1 did.
Well, not only that, I liked that because not only was it incredibly transparent, he didn't, like, spin something or blame someone, but also it's just like, okay, yeah, he's not being reactive. He's not immediately going, okay, greenlight 10 Batman films,
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's just not being any sort of like what the old DCU did. Oh, this Superman movie didn't do very well. Shove Batman into it.
Knee-jerk reaction. Knee-jerk.
Yeah.
Now I also heard some pretty interesting things, and I don't know what the legitimacy of this, but apparently, I'm sure you noticed it too, in the lead up to Supergirl, there was a shit ton of like tie-ins, like product tie-ins, like not even just like, oh, Booster Juice got like a kryptonite drink, and like I think Popeyes in the States had like a whole Supergirl meal and everything. That was just the things that are in our purview. Apparently, like in the world of like women's makeup and fashion and everything else, there was like a shit ton of Supergirl tie-ins and products and like Millie Alcock stuff and everything, to the tune of something like $100 million. They like basically pre-sold this movie before they made this movie, and I'm like, oh shit, is that them playing like friggin', new movie calculus where it's like, look, if a blockbuster doesn't make its money back in the first weekend, it's dead in the water. So we need to basically try and make our money elsewhere on this.
Yeah, well, I think a lot of people got a misconceived notion about that, because I think a lot of people, and it's because of the articles, it made it sound like the movie has already made 100 million. It hasn't.
Right.
What it has is it's got 100 million in value in essentially free advertising, more or less.
Right. Okay.
But that is a good thing, because then that means that's 100 million less than what they would have to have spent on the film
Otherwise.
Yeah. So they are saving money. It's just they're not gonna. That's not like a net profit or anything.
Because that was my question too, moving on from here. I'm like, okay, what lesson are they going to learn from this if they take anything away from it? Is that like, okay, we can only spend $200 million now on the AAA characters if we're going to make a movie about like a, CB list character and everything that, doesn't have the same name cachet. Are we only going to spend $80 million on it now? Are we going to promote it less? Are we going to decide, okay, this doesn't get a movie now, this gets a TV show or something? Do you think that's how they're going to change things? Because we got that Clayface movie coming out now, which now seems like even more of a gamble now.
We say that, but that film only cost 40 million, so it has a lot less to earn than it does for.
Yeah.
And it's a horror movie during October. That's probably going to do very well.
You would think.
Yeah.
You would definitely think. So yeah, I really wonder now if we're going to see, like some ripple effects from this in the way they do things.
Hey, if it means it means these films have lower budgets and it means the creatives have to actually get creative with it, I am all for it.
Same, and that's another thing too, where they were, in many ways they were trying to, engineer a controversy here. But when James Gunn started with the DCU, it's like, yep, we're going to be creative forward, we're going to have finished scripts, etc., etc. Then you hear about them kind of butting heads behind the scenes, where it's like, yeah, we had two different cuts of the movie, and we went with the studio cut of the movie, not the creator cut of the movie. Is that going to keep happening now? And like everyone seems it was a negligible difference.
Everyone seems to think that was some sort of big controversy. Is that if that was the case, Craig Gillespie would not be doing promotional stuff for this film, or like he would be distancing himself or saying things that like, oh, I had all this, and he hasn't said anything like that. So I think it was a very amicable. It's like that. Like, I'm sure you saw recently that one clip of James Gunn and David Corenswet talking on the set of Superman, like arguing.
This came back.
Yeah,
yes.
I think it was literally something like that, where it was two creatives having a passionate talk, and then one won out, and it wasn't anything evil or bad or angry or anything like people seem to want it to be.
So you're saying, Matt, that we shouldn't get our torches and pitchforks and demand they release the Gillespie cut?
No. Let's not become like the Snyder cult.
No, right? I mean, I do hope those deleted scenes are on the DVD, though, because I would actually
That'd be pretty cool.
Those.
Yeah.
I would like to see where it's like, okay, well, what was in this, missing 11 minutes? And again, I think it is pretty explanatory. A little extra talk here, a little backstory that, and, we moved some scenes around.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's Supergirl. I liked it. I have to wonder, when this one inevitably comes to streaming, do you think this is going to be another Eternal situation? Do you think this is going to be another Thunderbolt situation where people see it and they're like, oh, that was great. I don't know what the critics were talking about. I probably should have seen this in theaters.
Absolutely. I 100% know that's going to happen.
I feel pretty confident in that too, because I saw it in a pretty small theater, which already kind of activated my doom and gloom senses, where I'm like, oh no, this... In my small town theater, this doesn't even get the big theater. The big theater is reserved for Toy Story. This one gets shunted off to the little small theater to the left that, they basically only put like foreign language movies in and everything. And I'm like, uh-oh. But hey, in that theater, in front of me, there was a bunch of teenage girls who all came together to see it, and they were enraptured from start to finish with it. And I'm like, okay, so it will find its audience then. And if you're a person of the right age, probably close to Kara's age in the movie, it's probably pretty meaning for you to see such a, three-dimensionally flawed character whose entire journey is like, look, I can be kind without being weak, and I can be nice, but also, whoop the ass of a child predator when it needs to be whooped.
Yeah, no, I think that this movie's going to do gangbusters on streaming because, again, it's like we said before, going to the movies is not cheap these days, so people will often just wait for streaming, and then they'll see it and they're just like, what the fuck, why were people getting angry about this?
Yeah, and obviously they're not giving up on Supergirl Millie Alcock. She's going to be in Man of Tomorrow. And if anything, I'm more interested in her journey now because I think that's what this movie sets up, where it's like, no, she is on a journey here. This is just one chapter in it. And hey, I have to think too, what if Superman finds out she killed that guy? If so, what will he think?
Yeah, exactly. That interesting consequences of actions could be had from this film.
Yeah, you killed that guy. You lied to me about what my parents actually wanted for me. I could see that actually leading to some interesting drama.
That could be like something that includes because we know Jon Stewart's going to be in Man of Tomorrow. Like that could be a thing where it's like, oh, the Green Lanterns caught wind of this dead guy. They figured out that it was a Kryptonian who did it. Oh, well, they send him back to Earth to deal with that. Oh, consequences of actions.
Yeah, I mean, she's wearing a pretty noticeable symbol. Yeah. It's like, well, there's only 2 people in the universe who wear that because as far as we know, there's only 2 living Kryptonians. Yeah. So, and then they could turn it on and be like, hey, Green Lanterns, why didn't you save Krypton from blowing up? Oh, you got us.
We just didn't get there in time.
I also, more than anything now, want to see Supergirl have a conversation with Hawk Girl in this now where, Supergirl's defending him.
You killed a creep too. You killed a creep too.
Yeah, where she's, defending herself to Superman. It's like, that guy was a child predator and he was going to ruin this woman's life forever. And Hawk Girl in the background's giving, the double thumbs up. Yeah! Or to be like, no, Supergirl, you just got to be stealthier about it. I totally didn't kill Vladimir Netanyahu. The ground killed him.
Yeah.
That's what you got to do.
That thing he hit on the way down was what killed him.
Yeah. Oh no, my hand slipped when he was near that black hole. Uh-oh. Oh no, come back. I'm trying to save you. Because, look, it's not that no DC hero should kill. You just got to pick and choose your battles, and you got to have a good story reason for doing it.
It's the story reason.
And it's funny, too, where it's so many people for so long are like, oh, I can't relate to Superman. He needs to be more flawed and darker and all these other things, and he needs to not be afraid to kill. Well, you have that now in Supergirl. She is essentially the inverse in every way of the Superman we've been given.
You did that the minute that you say that, they're like, yeah, but it's a girl.
But she's a vagina person, though. Yeah, I can't see myself in her, so therefore she is unworthy. And I'm like, yeah, that's about the long and short of what I thought you were gonna say there, bro. That's about the long and short of it. But yeah, I enjoy the movie. I had a very good time. I think it will find its audience. I think there is enough quality in here. And yeah, there's some weird choices here. I would have done this differently. I would have done that differently. But that's true of most movies.
Yeah, no, it's probably like a solid 7.5. Yeah. And that's totally fine. The internet has this weird hate boner for if something's not a 10, it's the worst thing ever.
I mean, hell, here's another thing, too, where it's most of the Marvel movies in Phase 1, as much as I love them and as important as they were for moving the genre forward, there's a lot of 7s, a lot of 7.5s. There's a lot of Bs there, but it was the consistency of it over time. Again, they were teaching a new language to audiences where it's no, these are all interconnected and shared, man. You see, this is the whole thing of it. And with Supergirl, it's was this almost too challenging to some people? Because again, it's dealing with a heavy fucking subject matter in what I'm sure some people are like, oh, this is going to be another bright and sunny superhero blockbuster. Oh no, it's a drunk dealing with depression and trauma fighting child traffickers.
Yeah, there's also that level of we've said before, that media literacy that just seems to be just gone from a certain generation.
Yeah. Look, if you're not instantly good right away, then you must be bad. And I cannot like a bad character because that will reflect negatively on me. And I will be cringe. And I refuse to be cringe.
Yeah.
And I have written a massive think piece about this for you. Seriously, when I hear those things, I want to sit those people down with like season 1 with all of Sopranos and be like, okay, here's Tony Soprano. Here's our main character who we will be following through the whole show, who is the vilest human being who basically never gets a moment of redemption ever.
Oh, he's so based. Chad.
Yeah, right? But if he was a woman, though, I would hate it. I mean, shit. I mean, you see it again. I mentioned Cora from Legend of Korra before. I mean, Skylar fucking wife from Breaking Bad is another one there.
Yeah.
Where it's just like, okay, I can see where the line is drawn for many of you people, and I respectfully disagree.
Yeah, fucking Laurie from The Walking Dead.
Yeah, that too. And I didn't even watch Walking Dead that long, but I am well aware.
Yeah, fuck.
All right, I'm kind of rambling at this point. Should we talk about what comics are coming out this week? What people can expect from us? Yes. All right, what's coming out this week? This was a nice light week. I actually was able to cover everything I read. Yeah. Basically, the biggest thing from this week is, Batman got a new butler, but only right at the very end.
Yeah, Ultimate's universe ended, but it also didn't because they said it's coming back.
Yes, which annoyed the shit out of me. I'm like, guys, you had one job to do, and it was this, and you didn't do it. Which, like, here's the thing. The ending is actually very good. That last bit with Dennis Camp, where he is essentially writing his goodbye letter, not just to these characters in this universe, but to Marvel in general.
Yeah.
That was a beautiful, moving work of art, and I'm like, oh, this is so good, but I wonder if people come back and read this a year from now, 2 years from now, will the meta fourth wall breaking impact still be here?
No.
Or will people not know in the future? I don't know.
Yeah.
All right, so coming out this week, we got Absolute Batman issue number 22. You already read it, you lucky fuck.
I did. It's a big fucking issue. There's a big fucking revelation in this that's gonna like, holy shit.
Absolute Catwoman issue number 2, which I don't think you have read.
Not yet, but I could probably ask Scott for it.
It looks fun. I like that last reveal with Cassandra Cain showing up. We got Daredevil 4. We got Barbara Gordon Breakout 3. Fury of Firestorm 4. What is it? Oh, no, sorry. That's Bleeding Heart 6. I thought that was the new Clayface book. That is coming out, but later.
Yeah. No, it is coming out this week, though, I think.
Oh, yeah, I think you're right. Supergirl 15. Yes, it is. Clayface Celebrity Dirt is actually this week. That's funny. There's 2 Clay monsters on 2 different books this week. That's confusing. Green Lantern Corps 18, Sorcerer Supreme, Star Wars Maul, X-Men 97 Season 2, which we're getting more X-Force adventures in this tie-in comic. That's pretty fun.
Nice.
Jeff the Landshark gets a special one-shot issue. Fantastic Four Foes, Shala Ball, which this is like a continuation of the movie by giving us an origin of the Silver Surfer. Was this digital first, or am I crazy?
Yeah, I want to say it was.
Yeah, this feels like a digital thing. It's Symbi number 1. Symbi, the weird symbiote dog that Spider-Man brought back from space the last time, is also getting a fucking one-shot issue. Jesus. Are you kidding me?
Jeez.
The last couple issues of Spider-Man have actually been okay. The actual reveal of Cousin Cormac's secret history and everything, they were shockingly tasteful. No, they were 2 very tasteful issues.
That's good.
I'm not used to saying that with Spider-Man, but this was very tasteful. Also, isn't it funny that Spider-Man gets a secret cousin, Batman gets a new butler, and the general thinking is where it's like, oh, are these things random, or are these happening for a reason? Because the butler only shows up at the house after a massive hit got taken out on Batman, and Cormac knows that Peter is Spider-Man now, and the mystery is like, is he going to keep this secret, or like, does he have ulterior motives going on? Because like, why is he showing up now? That's my thought. That's one of those funny ways where DC and Marvel kind of copy each other with either knowing it or not knowing it. And that's basically everything that's coming out this week. So a manageable week, by the looks of it.
Looks like it's a manageable week, yeah. I still got a couple of books I want to get to from this week, and then I'm catching up on all the Absolute books at the moment, and that's been very fun.
Yeah. I'm thinking I might drop a special video on Monday because I'm behind on Batwoman Action Comics and Zatanna. And I kind of need to keep up with those 3 books because with no more Ultimate Universe now, I'm down 3 books.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I'm down 3 Marvel books, and I'm like, fuck, I don't know when any new number 1s are starting where I can kind of get back into this now. Shit, what am I going to do?
That'll probably be like, midnight in, September, October?
Something like that. Yeah, it's starting fairly soon.
Yeah.
And we'll see about that. We'll see about midnight.
Yeah.
They kind of seem to be betting the farm on it, don't they?
Yeah. I guess we'll see if that pays off. I don't know.
Spoopy, Matt. It's very spoopy. We've decided people like the spoopy. Did you see The Obsession and The Backrooms do very good?
Yeah, that absolute
like
is spooky. People like the spooky.
Yeah. Yeah, we should make this spooky. Did you also see that too, that like Spielberg and other directors are like, oh, after the success of Backrooms, everyone is running to Reddit now to find the next great horror franchise. And I'm like, I can't believe I lived long enough to read that sentence.
Yeah, Spielberg's producing a Mandela Catalog movie, which I'm really excited for. I like the Mandela Catalog. I think it's quite interesting. But I'm like, how do you do that as a fucking film?
Right, that's going to be the question.
Yeah.
And also, too, these original creators, because a lot of this stuff, like, you know, spawned out of creepypasta and forums and wikis and everything. Who gets paid for these is my question. Is that why Hollywood loves this? Where it's like, wait, this is all just up for grabs. We don't have to fucking pay anyone. Sweet.
Yeah, probably. It's like, yeah, who owns it? We'll just pick this one guy who wrote this one story. He's now the owner of it all. So he will deal with him, and because he's young, we can kind of take advantage of him with deals and whatnot. Yeah.
I mean, all the credit in the world for Kane Parson. Like, I hope you got a good fucking lawyer, man.
I hope
they did not fuck you on this. I hope you really have a good fucking lawyer. Because if they find out how a bunch of this shit is made, they will take everything from you.
They'll start owning the back rooms.
Yeah, they're like, we copyrighted everything because we figured out that you didn't copyright anything. So we did it behind your back. Fuck you. And guess what? You're out as director on the sequel, bitch. We got goddamn Josh Trank. I don't know.
Josh Trank. No, it'll be some A24 fucking... He directed some fucking... one of their Strangers films or something. I don't know.
Who's goddamn Ryan Reynolds guy who does everything for
fucking
him?
Sean Levy. Yeah.
Sean Levy, Backrooms 2, coming soon.
Yeah, Taika Waititi's in here doing sublime fucking... comedic timing shit all over the film for no reason.
Oh, hey, so you did see the trailer for that new Robot Son movie?
Yeah, no, I don't fucking like the look of that.
I like it enough. It feels like this. I feel like this movie would have been much more popular if it came out like 3 to 5 years ago. Because it's like it's Natasha Lyonne. Or is everyone sick of her yet? She said that she wanted to work with AI. I feel like the bloom is off her rose. It's Jenna Ortega. Everyone was in love with her. Did you see that new Wednesday show? Yeah, I know. I quit halfway through too. Which, in fairness, not her fault. Seriously, that second season is like a masterclass in how not to do a follow-up season to something that was popular.
No. Yeah, I've not paid attention to any of that.
You didn't miss a goddamn thing. Seriously, I have never seen a show be more like, hey, so you know how in season 1 we were like winking and nodding at the audience. We were like basically doing a CW young adult show, but the joke was that Wednesday was too good for all of this shit. And she was like rolling her eyes at everyone the whole time. So what if for the second season we lean into it with 100% sincerity? How about that?
Oh, God.
And I'm like, that sounds fucking awful. That sounds like I'm going to quit more than halfway through, and I did.
Jeez.
And I'm like, wow, this has like no soul now. You guys totally misunderstood why people liked season 1. That's great. Good job, guys. That's why for season 3, they're like, okay, so we're not sending her back to not quite Hogwarts. We're going to send her to Paris, maybe? That's something. That's certainly something. Did you guys just throw a dart at a board and go, that's the one, we're going to do that one?
Yeah, they want to... Tim Burton wants to holiday in France this year.
100%. That was my thing. I'm like, yes, Tim Burton wants to take a vacation.
Taking a page from Guy Ritchie's playbook, yeah.
Yes, and Adam Sandler and all the other trailblazers if I just want to take a working vacation. I mean, shit, it's good money if you can get it, dog. Go for it.
Yeah, whatever.
I've really wanted to go to New Zealand, so we're going to have a whole thing in New Zealand, and we're going to film it in all the places that they have all those Lord of the Rings attractions is what we're going to do, actually. We're going to film them there.
But
Don't mind me if I'm just eating second breakfast.
Nowhere else than then like the most expensive hotel. It has to be the most expensive hotel.
Yes. Oh man, that would be a fun writing exercise. Let's write the most creatively bankrupt movie just so we can have a fun vacation.
I'm gonna shoot it on Technicolor so it costs a fucking fortune.
Right. Oh shit, we'll film it somewhere like Saudi Arabia where they'll actually pay us to go and do it. And to say how great everything is at all times. God, did you see Gwyneth Paltrow is doing like, commercials for like Israel condos and shit now?
Oh no.
And I'm like, oh shit, is the Goop not paying off? And she has a Goop podcast too, and she's interviewing dudes from Palantir now. And I'm like, how much money do you owe on this Goop? Holy shit.
God damn.
Oh, it's fucking crazy. I heard a crazy conspiracy theory about that where it's like, okay, so how like the whole Goop thing and the women's wellness thing where it's like, we want you to have a better, more spiritual connection between your mind and body and upgrade your health and skinny. We're going to make you skinny is what it basically breaks down to, is we're going to make you skinny and pretty. And the only way you can do that is by having Goop and by having these vagina crystals and all the other dumb shit they have. The conspiracy theory I heard is that the reason that Paltrow's con is like hemorrhaging money right now is because all those goddamn Ozempics and Ogovies keep getting, legalized all over the place now. Yeah. So you can lose weight incredibly easy if you're just willing to inject yourself regularly and deal with some horrible cramps. And like, if you're willing to take like the off-brand stuff, it's actually pretty cheap. I mean, I fucking thought of it. I mean, I'm embarrassed to go to my doctor and be like, I'm a big fat ass and I don't want to work out. Can I have the needle? Can I have the thin needle, please? None of my shirts fit anymore. I don't want to be that fucking guy. But my theory is between that and the fact that people are smoking a lot more now. I don't know if you've seen that, Matt, but in movies and TV now, people are smoking way more than they used to be.
Okay.
My theory is where it's like, yes, this is the end of the world anti-wellness. I don't need your hippie chanting crystals. I don't need your Goop. I've got fucking wee govy and a cigarette now, so fuck your wellness.
It's the 1970s again.
Yeah, it's all come full circle. Coke is going to come back soon. This is how we're all going to stay skinny now in the future. Because it's the end of the fucking world. Everything is on fire. All the world's governments are trending to fascism. So fuck it. Give me the magic thing shot and give me a fucking cigarette is all I need to stay good and skinny now. That is my conspiracy theory of why Gwyneth Paltrow fucking changed gears so super hard. What does this have to do with comics, everyone? Not a goddamn thing.
Nothing.
Not a thing. This is just a thing that's been eating up my brain, and now I need to fucking information barf it to all of you. All right. Thank you, everyone, for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the show. As always, the best way to catch the show, if you can't catch it live, Saturday night, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to whenever, is become a patron. You can become a patron for as little as $1 a month. Keeps the light on. We really, really appreciate it. At the end of every month, I do a special solo stream for patrons. Yes, I know I did it late this week. That's because the first actually fell on a Wednesday, which really fucked me up. It was either that or do comic work. And I'm glad I did, because that Butler video fucking killed on the channel. Thank you, everyone who watched that. I really, really greatly appreciate it. And it's just like basically a one-sided podcast, one-sided conversation. I talk to whoever shows up and everything. And that's my way to try to, give back to all of you, to make sure you all have a little extra something for all the, love and attention and care you pay to the show. But yeah, check that out. You got anything else coming out, Matt, that you want to talk about, that you want to promote?
Not really. Just got some more review videos coming out later tonight and tomorrow. And catch us out on Spotify, Patreon, YouTube. We're in all the places.
Yes, Matt is hard at work making sure that the show gets up on all of those things now. Thank you for those who are still streaming it on Spotify, for those who are listening to it on YouTube. Means a lot to us. It really, really does.
It does, yeah.
All right. So on that note, everyone, we'll end the show for this week. Bye-bye, everybody.